Welcome back to Date with the Divas. If this is your first time with us, welcome. And if you are returning, well, thank you for watching and returning again. If you haven't subscribed, please click on that subscribe button and don't forget to like our videos. And also, make sure you have that reminder on so you have that bell going so that you know when our latest and greatest are coming out. All right. Want to grab your beverage? Let us begin. Ms. Marnita, start us off, please.
All right, divas, we are going to start off with something that's breaking news tonight. Wendy Williams, it's reported that she's in a treatment facility. My sources for this story are entertainmenttonight.com, theussun.com, and the Kempire YouTube show. So let's get into it. So yesterday, an article came out on the US Sun where they had an interview with Wendy Williams' 22-year-old son, Kevin Jr. Kevin Jr. spoke about concerns for his mother. He said that her mental and physical health were on a downward spiral since she's been placed under a guardianship last year, and it's been made worse by alcohol. Kevin Jr. feels that Wendy's team has been pushing her health aside to profit off of her. He feels they're taking advantage of her and that she's agreeing to things that she never would if she were in her right mind. Kevin Jr. feels that his mother should be focused on getting better and not making money. Well, following that interview, Wendy's manager, Will Shelby, spoke to Entertainment Tonight. So Will Shelby is Wendy Williams' manager, but he was her former jeweler. Will Shelby claims that Wendy came to him asking for help and asking for him to be her manager. He says that he is not taking advantage of Wendy. He has no reason to take advantage of Wendy, that he was doing fine until she came along. He just is helping her out because she asked. According to Kempire, there are some concerns from Kevin Jr. that this Will Shelby guy is kind of in cahoots with the person who's in charge of Wendy's guardianship. And so
it's the guy.
Yeah, that's Will Shelby and of course Wendy Williams. So Kevin Jr. thinks that, you know, maybe Will Shelby is kind of in cahoots with the person in charge of the guardianship, and so the person in charge of the guardianship is releasing money to Will Shelby for these, you know, projects that Wendy is doing. So, and excuse me, because I just wrote these notes today.
Okay.
So Will Shelby says he's not taking advantage of Wendy, that Wendy is focused on Wendy 2.0 and the next chapter of her life and all the things that she wants to accomplish. So Divas, what I want to know from you guys is, do you agree with Kevin Jr. that Wendy Williams shouldn't be focused on any work until she gets better?
Isn't it always the saying? Well, I thought that was always the saying that if you know when people have people to take care of, they say if you're not good, then you can't help those that are out there. So I mean, really, you need to take care of you first. So maybe the way he's saying it, you know, because I guess they're saying because he's saying, oh, you know, she shouldn't be worried about making money, that type of thing. But maybe the statement is really just she just really just needs to focus on herself, especially if they're saying, I guess she was drinking and I guess there's alcohol involved or what have you. I mean, how good are you going to be when you have your problems that you're dealing with, your personal problems that you still not, I don't know, you haven't dealt with or still need to deal with, and then you have other projects, meaning professional projects going forward. I mean, we've seen these downward spiral type things. Only person I know who has been able to handle it is Robert Downey Jr., and even at that.
Right. Does he have a relationship with his mother? Are they like in close contact?
It doesn't seem like it because he talks about the manager calling him. There were some reports that Wendy was like in the hospital, I think last month. And so Kevin Jr. says that the manager called him, but then no one called him to let him know that Wendy was out of the hospital. So it doesn't sound like they're really having a relationship. You know, he says that when his mother was living with him, I'm not sure when that was, that she was in, according to him, she was in better health then, but it sounds like he doesn't really have a lot of contact with her.
I find
How
this a
old is
little
Kevin
bit
Jr.?
bizarre. He's like 23. He's going to be 23. And he is her only child, right?
Yes.
I
correct.
believe
And
so.
I would imagine that there would be more, he would be more involved with his mom being at that age. So maybe they're not as close as we think that they should be for him
I
to
know
be
that
making.
when I know, I'm sorry to interrupt you, Lavelle. I know
No
that
worries.
when he was younger, yes, they did. They had a good, they were really close. So I don't know if because of her being sick, maybe that has made them, that has separated them. But I know before they used to be very close.
And I
Because I
feel
couldn't
like,
have somebody get into my mother's relationship. I would be all over it. If I didn't have siblings, I
right.
would be all over taking care of my mom.
I feel like there was another episode of ours where we talked about Kevin Jr. living in Miami because
Right.
Wendy Williams was paying for the condo or whatever that he was living
Exactly.
in. So,
Exactly.
you know, maybe it's that like, oh, I'm in this different state and I don't have, you know, touch.
Okay,
I'm not in touch with my mom. But if you are that concerned, why
Why
Now,
not
that's
aren't
right
you
out of
doing
my.
something?
instead of giving an interview, why not get on a plane?
Mhm.
Agreed.
Ask your mom.
Agreed. Why are we
Right.
talking to people? Why are we talking to people? Handle your business with your mother and keep it moving.
Exactly.
They
Yeah.
had some sort of falling out after the divorce. I don't remember the details, but I remember something happened where she said, or he said he was no longer allowed at her home when she was in New York. And also, since she's already got legal guardianship or conservators, there's really not much she can do.
Mm-hmm. And don't they always hate, or not hate, but just never agree with the conservator? You know?
Probably, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, who's the conservator?
manager, the gentleman that I wish the picture who we just looked at, is he the conservator?
No, I'm not sure. I'm not clear on who the conservator is, but there's concern that he
Or
has.
just her finances. It's
Right.
anything else. There's nothing to prevent him from going to say, hi, mom. how
Thank
doing?"
you.
Okay.
Right.
Thank you.
Maybe she's always too booked and busy to say hi to. I mean, she's running around these streets at restaurants, making sure TMZ is around to take pictures of her and all that sort of stuff.
Now, there's something we're not privy to.
Right.
Yeah, there's a lot of
Mhm.
information, like a lot of holes in the information
Mhm.
that are happening. You
Right.
know, like okay, this manager was her jeweler, and then she asked him to be his manager. Like, girl, didn't you learn anything from having the Kevin Senior as your manager? Like, you
Right.
know?
It probably happened around the same time, so you know, it just stuck. So.
Mm.
So
Well-
his fear is also like that people are taking advantage of her, correct?
Kevin Jr. or the manager?
His fear is that the people around her are taking advantage of her.
No, I'm asking you when you say his, you're saying Kevin Jr.
Okay, yes, Kevin Jr. is fearing
Yes.
that the people around
Yes,
her
so
are
he feels
Sorry.
like they're taking advantage of her by pushing her to do these projects, like whatever secret reality show that she's working on and things like that. He feels like they're pushing her to keep working so that they can get paid instead of being like, okay,
Concerned
take
about her
time
health.
off and focus on
Yeah.
your health.
But
Well,
again, I agree with everyone. I'm sorry, go, Michelle.
No, I was just going to say, I mean, giving this interview isn't going to help what's obviously already a
Exactly.
strained relationship. She's
Mhm.
strange enough that he's not getting information directly from her about her
Mhm.
own like
Situation.
whereabouts.
Mhm.
Like,
Right.
I'm in the hospital, I'm out of the hospital. So I just think he's digging himself into a bigger hole. Because if it were my child and my child went and gave this interview, it'd be I would be even more livid.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Agreed.
maybe he just felt like he needs to do the interview so that these opportunities could stop knocking on the door. You know what I mean? Maybe, you know, he's like, hey guys, she's not 100%, just letting the world know, because she has been putting on a facade, all these photos and, you know, these little promos and stuff, you know. So he just wants maybe to let the world know that she's not 100%, so that some of these
We
opportunities
know.
will start slowing down, you know?
Yeah, I think we know
But
that
if-
she's 100%.
But according to what I heard today,
Mhm.
it wasn't until after his interview that they put her, or that she got back to a facility.
Yeah, there wasn't really a date said
Yeah.
of when she went into the facility, but that's what it seemed like. It was like her manager being like, no, she's in a facility, everything's great, you know. So I don't
Yeah.
know about this manager.
Yeah.
You
And it
know,
sounds to me like maybe their relationship is just up and down. Like, you know, normal parent-child relationships, sometimes they're good. Then they have the moments where they don't talk for a minute, then they back together good again. So
Mhm.
maybe at the time of when the conservatorship happened, they were on the bad terms. And so the conservative people, you know, are leaving him out of the loop of certain things and things, you know.
well,
and
they
now-
left him out of the money.
They left him out the condo.
Yeah,
Right, that
they-
too, but I'm pretty
they-
sure other
they
things
said
as well.
that
And
she
so
had to
he's
stop
maybe
paying
this
for
is his
it.
way of trying to get back into, like, you know, speaking to her again and all this sort of stuff, but maybe he's finding it hard to because of all
Maybe
this around
like
him.
a desperate cry for help.
Right, right,
I can't get through to you, mom, so I'm gonna go to
right.
to the press. Yeah. But you know, we will see, because I'm sure this story will develop and more details will come out. Viewers, drop down in the comments and let us know, do you think Wendy Williams should be working, or do you think that she should take a break for a little while? I mean, I know that not everybody can take a break when they are down and out, but you know, maybe I'd hope that she has the money to take a break and not have to keep working. All right. Well, that was a good conversation, Divas. A little warm up. Let's move on. All right. We are going to move on to Pete Davidson, leaving PETA an explicit voicemail. My source for this story is HollywoodUnlocked.com. So there's Pete Davidson there. He is a comedian and actor. He was on Saturday Night Live. He's done a couple movies since, and branched out from that. So back in May, it was reported that Pete Davidson and his girlfriend, Chase-Sue Wanders, purchased a new puppy. According to Pete Davidson, the store where he bought the puppy filmed him without his permission or his acknowledgement, and I guess put it out there. The PETA organization got wind of him buying this puppy and decided to make an example out of him, purchasing a dog rather than getting one from the shelter. So PETA put out a statement. The statement reads, PETA hoped Davidson would show some big heart energy and get a new dog through adoption rather than purchasing one at the store. It's tragic that Pete didn't seek out a borough-born mutt from a city animal shelter, because a scrappy New Yorker with charm, personality, and unconventional handsomeness could have been his perfect match. So after PETA put out that statement, Pete Davidson started getting heat from other animal lovers.
Oh, wow.
So he decided to call Daphne Namanovich. She's the senior VP of cruelty investigations over at PETA. And I'm sorry, Daphne, I may have butchered your name. I may have even put it wrong in my notes. But he left an explicit voicemail. He told her he is severely allergic to dogs, so he couldn't just adopt any breed. My mom's effing dog, who was 2 years old, died a week before, so we were all really sad. So I had to get a specific dog. So why don't you do your research before you effing create news stories about people because you're boring? He added, F you and suck my you-know-what. So after the voicemail, PETA then released a new statement saying that they sent their condolences to his family for losing their dog, but they said that he should have done his research and known that there is no such thing as a hypoallergenic dog, and that the Pet Finder app has listings for homeless dogs in every breed, including the one that he purchased. And he said, they also said that there is no excuse for buying a dog and propping up the puppy mill industry when there are millions of dogs awaiting homes and shelter. Pete Davidson later put out a statement explaining that he had not seen his mom and his sister cry like that in 20 years after the first dog died. So he was just trying to cheer his family up the best way he knew how, which is buying a new dog. He was already upset with the pet store for for filming him without permission and putting it out there. And he says he's not sorry for what he said and for standing up for his family. So you guys tell me, did PETA go a little too far? Was PETA?
Heck yeah.
I'm like, did PETA release the voicemail? Like, how did the voicemail get leaked?
You know what? I think they did. I think they released it to TMZ.
I feel like PETA's trying to
Who are
clout
they
chase.
to tell people what to do?
Thank you.
So that's like someone tell. There's plenty of like kids in foster care that people could adopt, but people choose to do other means. You cannot dictate what a person wants to buy, how, where, what. Come on. And I agree with him. Suck it real hard and choke on a couple of balls while you're at it.
Woo!
Should they shave them too, love?
Hairy, just hairy.
Nope. Yeah. Gotta help him choke.
Wow.
What we doing? Sorry.
Grab some dental floss.
Oh my
Wow.
God. People are quick to tell other people what to do. Worry about what's in your own garden.
Yeah, that was
I don't know this free Willy. I get he's a star and you, but come on now, a dog? Like what we doing?
Right.
I'm surprised he spent that much energy responding to them. After the voicemail, I would have left them all alone. Like,
Well,
why
I
is he-
know
Oh, no.
those animal lovers will come for your neck, okay?
Mhm.
So
They'll
he
come for your
probably
neck
got
about
a
an
lot of
animal,
hate.
but not about a child though.
Yeah,
Exactly.
he got a lot of hate on social media because of what PETA said.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
That-
Dogs get more respect than Black humans, but
Right.
Thank you very much.
You sure do.
I could compare it to some other controversies, but Lord knows what will happen. So let's just keep it.
Yeah, that was a bit harsh on PETA. I'm sorry. He had to give it back to them. Like, mind yours. Like, Lava said, mind your neck.
Well,
Now,
I think
I don't
they're
like
really
animals. The dog
against-
is cute. The dog is very cute.
I think they're really against puppy mills, which that's where most pet stores get their animals from. So I think they felt like he was promoting people getting dogs at pet stores, and PETA's very heavily against.
He didn't say, hey, come to this store and get this puppy. You saw pictures with him and the puppy. Like, come on now.
He
I
can
mean,
promote anything.
I agree with Lava and everybody else that PETA was way out of line and all that stuff. But I did learn something from this article.
About
I didn't know. Yeah, because I have allergies and my boyfriend does too. And we were thinking about getting a dog. And I was like, well, we have to get a hypoallergenic dog that doesn't shed. So you have to do that in a specific way. And I didn't realize that you could get shelter dogs through these websites, the specific type of dog that you want. I didn't know.
Right.
So I did learn something from.
Yeah. I think they
Or
just
try
could
a
have put it
cat,
out there a
but they
different
didn't.
way.
You know what? I've adopted a couple of dogs through adoption agencies, and they put you through the ringer.
Mhm.
And their application is they can come in and stop by anytime, inspect your home.
Your home.
I'm like, I'm
Mm-mm.
not adopting a baby.
right. I'm
I
like,
am
wow.
adopting a dog. And I get that they want to vet the owners to make sure they're serious or whatever, but a lot of people just don't want to go through that whole process of giving every single personal information that you have out there just so you can purchase, adopt this dog. And I get it, the shelters don't do that. The adoption rescue places do that, but if you're looking for a specific dog, like Entrice was saying, they're going to give you like a 25-page application. and you have to
Right.
give
No.
them everything. And it's like, this is what's preventing people from rescuing the dog,
Mhm.
because you make them go through this laborious
Process.
process.
Mm.
Yeah.
Look at that word laborious. Oh my gosh. I'm loving it.
We smart over here.
Poor Pete. He was just trying to do a nice thing for his
Right.
Saying.
That's
And
probably
they
the
only-
first thing that came to mind.
What they need to do.
Send him a private note, right? It's-
Exactly. Exactly.
they
I
need
Like,
to
hope he
do
does sue
is-
them though for that whole video or photo stuff that he was like, I didn't consent to this. But although he might not have a case on that because he walked into like, I guess a public business, you know, I don't know if it was like security camera footage or what, but
They
I'm
need
sure
to
he
drink their
was-
water and mind their
I think he was
business.
being a little extra with that one.
okay, yeah.
Very much.
Anytime a celebrity walks into a business and buys something, the
Mhm.
business is going to promote it in some way.
Okay, yeah.
Mhm.
I was wondering, I was like, when he said they filmed me without like my acknowledgement, I was like, okay. I was wondering the same thing. Like, okay, was the security footage? Was somebody in the corner? Like,
Right.
if you didn't notice somebody with a phone, like recording you.
Davidson seems like he might be a little dramatic, which is why they got that voicemail.
Right.
Mhm.
I don't think that voice note was dramatic. I would have done the same. You want to start something with me, I will finish it. You want to start? I'm very good at playing.
Right.
No. You want to
Test
go
me,
out of
boo.
line?
Well,
can be out of
Nicole,
line
it
too.
could be said you're a little dramatic sometimes too.
Drama has nothing and no place in my life. Just reality here. You see the line, cross it at your own discretion.
Right.
Don't start none, won't be
Won't
none.
be none.
Yes, PETA. Don't start none, won't be none. Next time, send that person a private note. All right, y'all. We gonna get to moving on. Y'all know Miss Janet Jackson is on tour. Anybody going to see her? Anybody going to see her?
No,
I
putting their
wish.
prices down. I ain't get that Janet Jackson money, but
I
Okay.
looked at the tickets, but they are really expensive, even for when they come to Los Angeles.
Oh, really?
In the nosebleed section, I was like, I ain't paying $250 for nosebleed.
Everybody trying to recoup their monies.
Well, yeah, so Miss Janet Jackson is on tour and she has made a little noise because at her Texas show, she was on stage kissing her 24-year-old backup dancer. My source for
mind
this
your business.
story is my source for this story is meaww.com. That stands for Media Entertainment Arts Worldwide.com. So, as I said, Janet Jackson, 57 years old. She's on her Together Again tour. Here's a little snap from
Why
the
did blur out the
We
good
got
part?
Al
I can't
Pacino,
see
his
nothing.
29-year-old baby mama. So y'all need to just stop and just leave it alone.
Well, so okay, that's what I was gonna get to. So she's 57. She's kissing this 24-year-old dancer named Dario Boatner. Dario Boatner. He's a little good-looking guy. I don't know if it's any more there, or if it was just a kiss on stage. But there was mixed reaction. You know, some people were saying
He's of age.
she's right. Some people are saying
Wait.
she's too
Wait,
old.
I'm sorry. It just brings me back to last week.
Last week.
old
That's
enough to be
Right,
part of the
yeah,
reason I
yeah.
picked
not
it.
her great. He's old enough to be her son, not her great grandson. It's all
Well, somebody
good.
was like, "Oh, she's old enough to be his grandmother." I guess in
No,
my-
she ain't.
She is not.
yeah.
not.
That's
Jackson is hot.
so
You
you
can
know,
if the child had it at 14.
right.
Al Pacino had a 9-year-old girl. He's like knocking at God's door. Come on now. I'm gonna need for y'all to stop.
Oh, that's too much. I'm sorry, ladies.
And
I
it could have
couldn't
been part of the
control myself.
show. I don't know.
It was part of the show.
It was part of the show. It was part of the. So, but people are saying that that's creepy. Like, if it were a man, a 57-year-old man kissing a 24-year-old woman, that everybody would be coming for him. So,
They
what do you guys
coming
think?
after
Apparently not, because he had two 80-year-olds last
Right.
week had some babies.
They're
No one
not
came
going to
for
be
him.
coming for no
That's true.
man. They're not
That's
coming for
true.
no man if he's
Thank
on there
you.
kissing. They're only coming because it's a woman.
He can't R.
Exactly.
Kelly.
This
It took
man
a
is
hot minute for
grown
people to come
enough to
for him.
consent Yeah.
He was probably
Right.
happy about it.
Right. That's what I'm
mean-
saying. This is what he consents to. Like, come on.
He
It's-
probably paid her for her.
Yeah.
I'll pay you
Right.
to allow you to kiss me.
It's Janet,
you
Miss
know
Jackson,
that.
if you're nasty. So you
That's
know.
it.
Janet's
That's
trying
it.
to, Miss Janet, you know, she's trying to get her little young thing. Hey.
Right. And she's
No.
always had racy shows. What was it like? There was a show where she was giving people like lap dances, and I think there was a man like, you know, handcuffed to a board or something. So, you know, she's always had racy shows. So what are you thinking, Antrese? I see the wheels turning.
I'm gonna sound a little crazy right now,
Okay.
but if she was dating a 27-year-old, let her live her life. I watched the video. It was a full-on French kiss. I was just like, okay, Janet, like, what are we doing? It's a little like distasteful. I don't know. Something about it just creeped me out just a little bit. Who stops their show for a full-on French kiss, first of all?
So it wasn't part of like the song or anything like that, or like.
There's a lot of concerts. Have you seen?
How's she gonna sing with her tongue in somebody's mouth?
But what was the song that
It's
was
not like she
around?
was just like letting him rub her down. That's one thing. She stopped and did a full-on French kiss with this boy. And I was just like, oh, okay. Like, when did we start doing that? I just thought it was a little like distasteful, maybe. I don't know that it was necessary. But Janet's always, like you guys said, she's always
Exactly.
tried to push the envelope. And I just didn't know that it really added anything to the show. Like, is that what people came for?
Do you think maybe she did it for clout, to get out there, to go viral?
Wow appeal.
You know, that
He talks
Wow
about
factor, they say.
yeah, the tour is still going on. So now people gonna watch the video and be like, "Oh, is she gonna do it again? Let me get my tickets."
She's competing with Taylor. She's competing with Beyonce.
Beyonce.
Like, y'all, come on up to my show. Missy's out. Like, come on.
What's funny is I put her in the same category as Madonna. Like, when I was young, they were the two that I really looked up to, and I, you know, bought their music, watched their videos on MTV, and went to their concerts. I don't want to see them doing the stuff that 25-year-old artists are doing. Like, I don't know. I would just hope that Janet would be evolving past needing to the shock value.
All right,
Didn't
leave that
Madonna
back.
do something similar too?
What'd you say?
Didn't Madonna, like her shows at one point, that when she was at that age of,
Yeah,
I mean, that
Even to
point
this
of,
age. Yeah, she's older than Janet. She's still doing
but
that.
I'm saying there was a point of her career when she had that sex, whatever, everything about her show was, she had the book out and
Yes.
whatever.
Mhm.
She did the same thing too.
Yeah, but she was in her 40s at that time. I'm just feeling, and Madonna in her late 60s. Like, we
Yeah.
can't
Just
evolve
sing the
that.
song.
Yeah, I don't need that from her anymore. It's like,
I agree with you, Antrese, because let's say, you know, the late Tina Turner, right? If she were to come out and start French kissing some, 30-year-old, let's keep the ratio, the gap
Right.
right here, some 30-year-old, I'd be kind of like, come on, keep it classy, because you don't need that.
Right.
And I don't think Janet
I don't think
needs that. She's
Janet.
established. Yeah, you're Janet Jackson.
Maybe she's in a
Exactly.
relationship with him, and that was her just getting it on with her boo on the stage.
So this is,
You
you know how
know?
you know how you people watch, when you create stories. So this is our people watching, saying that he says, like, you know what, we've been going out for 6 months now and you haven't acknowledged me. And so this is her way saying, see, baby, I kissed you on live. The world
Everybody
knows that
knows
it's
you're going
Right.
putting
out.
us against the world.
You know,
Yeah, but
I'm
shouldn't
waiting for
she
more
have
info
said,
on
"This
that.
is my boo"? Not just
Well, she
some
didn't have time to
random
say
dude.
my boo. She was just like, the French kiss should tell you enough.
She like, I'm gonna make the statement. I
You
maybe
figure it out. You
because
read
that
between
happened
the
with
lines.
Mariah Carey and one of her dancers. I think it was Casper was his name. It was like, she started
No, that
dating her
was
younger
J-Lo.
dancer.
Wasn't it
Oh, was that
J-Lo and
J-Lo?
Casper? Yeah, it
Oh,
was J-Lo
yes,
and
you're right.
Casper.
Was Mariah Carey dating a dancer then?
No,
They all
because
done something.
Mariah Carey don't have dancers really like that.
no,
Oh.
Mariah doesn't really do that.
Yeah,
Okay.
but no, that was J-Lo and
Yeah.
Casper.
Okay, that was J-Lo and Casper.
And Britney Spears too, doesn't he? I think the ones
Yeah,
that do
yeah,
that
but
type
her
of thing.
yeah, Britney Spears did that too with her baby daddy. who was a
Okay,
dancer.
yeah. Oh.
But no, Casper was J-Lo.
Okay, okay.
Oh
Okay.
no, Mariah did get with the dancers.
Yeah, because she had a reality show where they like showed the story.
For real?
Yes,
Oh.
she did. She did get with the dancer.
Yeah, like you said, she don't have much dancers going in the back, but so yeah, maybe this is a new relationship blossoming, but we're gonna have to keep an eye on that and see if she is with him. I say get it, Janet. Yes,
You're right. His name was Brian Tanaka.
that yes, thank you, Brian Tanaka. Yeah, so I don't
Like
know,
the dancers, they be cute sometimes.
right?
Well, you have to
Being
think.
shady?
We think about it like this, right? So you kind of date who you're around, right? So
Around.
doctors dating doctors, lawyers dating
Police
lawyers.
officers dating police officers.
It's you in that circle. You going on tour. You ain't really seeing nobody else day after day except for these people on the bus. So
Sweaty and nasty and half naked.
It's like the ball players dating the cheerleader, right?
right.
There you
right.
go.
Whoever's
But I
shaking the
agree.
tail in
I
front of
agree
you.
with Michelle. It comes to a point where you have to say, like, you are at an age, you have created your career and you created this audience. You shouldn't have to do such adolescent type things in order to get some sort of something, because your name speaks volumes in itself. You know, your crowd, your
Janet could
following
have
speaks
stood on
volumes.
stage and just sang, and people would be happy because they just want to see.
Exactly.
Right.
No, they will talk about it. Let's be honest. They be talking about it.
No, I get you, but you know,
They
to
be
a
like, I
certain
paid
degree, it's
$500 for this. No.
That's true. That's true.
Janet can still dance, so she's still dancing.
Yeah, you got to get
sure
the
enough
moves
still
on.
is.
Right.
Yes.
Just to be clear, I have no issue with the fact that she's an older woman and dating a younger man. I'm
What
all
was
for it.
Alicia's
If I
term?
could date a 24-year-old,
But
Older,
I-
mature.
Dating this man, Marnita. I don't think he's her.
No, we threw the dating thing in there
Oh, yeah.
as a fantasy.
We made
Story in
that
our
up.
head, friend in our
We-
head.
yeah,
Like Janet had a
that was
conversation
our
with us.
people watching and making up
That was
the
our people,
filling in the
that's
holes in the
surmising.
story for
Maybe
ourselves.
she's at her sexual peak right now. I mean, if the man could
Alicia just went
be in her
there.
sexual peak in the 80s, maybe she's in hers. So in her
Well, they do say when women get older, mature, they are.
I
I
think
to be
it
clear,
takes.
I don't have any problem with her dating this boy.
Right.
The issue is feeling like
He's a
Janet
man.
like this for shock value to you know, like you did that. Like move on else, evolve. Like Janelle Monáe.
I don't care. To me, it doesn't
Well,
make no matter.
How
Whatever.
Janelle, come on now. Do you want her to do what Janelle Monáe is doing? Have pretty much
You
sex
guys
every
said
day?
she was evolving. Isn't that what we said? Wasn't that what the Divas said?
Well, for Janet, she's been doing this kind of stuff. So it was like, at first it was like,
Right.
what? Then I was like, oh yeah, Miss Jackson, all right. But I guess is it time to calm it down or no, I was gonna say bring an older man out, but do we need to see you tongue kissing on stage?
That's the point. I think that's what it is, because it comes to the point like, what are we doing?
Yeah, it can be a
What did you
sensual
say, Joe?
dance. You ain't got to tongue them down. All right, y'all. Viewers, jump in. Let us know what you think. Let us know if you went to the show, and like, subscribe, and all of that. Divas, I got a little extra bonus question for y'all, though. Just a little bonus topic, little bonus. Okay, I'm gonna keep it short.
Let me get to the bonus.
Okay, so Kim Kardashian, we know that she does TikToks with videos with her daughter. So she did a recent TikTok video where she wore this shirt that said Kendall starting 5. It's a picture of her sister,
Kendall starting
Jenner.
5, like the basketball players that
Right.
she's dated.
So Kendall is surrounded by basketball players that she has been linked to in the past. 5 basketball players that she has been linked to in the past on the shirt there that you see Kim wearing. Kendall has only admitted to dating 2 of the basketball players on there. But my question is, do y'all think Kim was being shady by wearing this shirt?
She seems to be the pot stirrer.
What'd you say, Lavelle?
I said she's a pot stirrer.
She's a pot stirrer. Okay, okay.
Or
You
maybe
don't think it was like a
another
little
way to be
mystery
relevant.
getting in front of it, or what have you, like, oh, it's out there, whatever. So I'm
taking the power back, like, yeah.
Mhm.
Okay.
No, only Kendall could do
Yeah,
that.
she
Because
wore
it's
it's
about
not the
Kendall.
first time she wore the shirt. This is her wearing it in the promo for this season for their new show.
Ah, okay.
Wearing
Okay.
the
I was
shirt more than once. That was why I put the second picture there.
okay. Yeah. Thank you for putting it. I had read something about it, but I didn't understand what they were saying in the article. I thought they were saying she wore a different shirt on the show. So yeah, how would y'all feel if y'all sister, brother, best friend wore a shirt with
I said
you
it
and
was
all your
shady.
exes on it?
Definitely shady. Considering Kim's own track record, I would have been like, excuse me, sis. What?
Yeah, I want to see the retaliation shirt.
Right. And I do think it was also clout chasing for the show. Because ain't nobody checking for that little
Exactly.
reality
I
show no more
agree.
like that. So
I agree,
they're
because Kendall's
probably
not
trying
one to
to-
be in the media.
yeah. Mm-mm.
Do you think
So
she could have been
clout
like,
chasing, Kim should be evolved by now, as Auntie would say. She should be evolved past these little gimmicks. that people
the
clicks
word
on
of the
you.
night is evolve? Do you think she could have been big up in her sister? Like, yeah, my sister pulls ball.
No.
Anybody else got any thoughts on that?
It's funny. I thought it was cute.
Yeah, I think I don't think I really don't think she was trying to be malicious about it. I think, it's kind of like a joke and getting in front of it. And also it's catch-22. It's conversation. You put it for your show, so I think, it was a plus all around for the Kardashians.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm sure Kendall thought it was funny or she wouldn't have done it. That's what
Right.
I would say.
Mhm.
I hope that she like checked with her, or.
Because Kendall is probably the most sensitive of them. So I can't
Mhm.
imagine Kim would do that, especially in front of her daughter.
Right.
Kendall would be offended or upset.
Right. Like, how do you explain that to Norris? Like, what does that mean, mommy? Starting 5.
I'm sure she has a lot of things to explain to North of the stuff that they were
Yes.
going on.
For sure.
That's the least of it.
For sure.
But
All
would
right,
you
Divas.
take a shirt if you had dated 5? Would she? If she's technically only officially, I won't say technically, officially
Right.
only dated 2 of the ball players on the shirt. The rest are alleged. But if let's say you had dated 5 basketball players, would you be offended if there was a shirt made about it?
That's a good question.
Depending on how the relationship ended with those men. Like if it wasn't a good ended good, I'm like, why are you rubbing this in my face? Like,
But at the same
Well,
token,
but you
it's
did
just
what
like,
you did, right? As a celebrity, you did what you did, right? So I
I
mean,
might be like, yeah, here's my 5. You want to be number 6?
yo, but at the same token, as a female, it's looking like you hoe strolling.
Right.
Yeah, that's true.
To date 5 guys? I mean,
No, but it's just like it seems
Because
like
they're
you,
ball players.
because they're ball players. So
Looks
it
like
looks like
you're-
you just. My thing is just like, why are we doing it? Why? Like, why? You ain't got to.
you could take sides on that, like you said, would you do this to the guys? But if you did it for the
Exactly.
guys, we're talking about it like this, but it's all good. I think it's.
yeah, because if a young, gorgeous, rich, famous dude had dated 5 beautiful actresses, he'd be getting big up everywhere he went.
Oh, yeah. He'd be wearing that shirt all the time. He'd have it in every color. He'd have it on his business cards. It'd be his cell phone, like, case.
He would really be saying, "You want me number 6?"
Exactly. He'd be like, here's my 10. He'd be lying about it. Girls be like, wait, why am I on that shirt? I haven't even met you.
Crazy.
A couple of celebrities came to mind who do that.
Hey, this may become a fad for all we know, right?
Yes, Nick Cannon's gonna have one. You want to be
Oh,
my starting? You want to be on
That'd be
my
a night
team?
shirt. Woo. Be
That's
down
a
to the
blanket.
floor.
That would be
That's a
a
blanket
train,
full of it.
a gown.
Exactly.
And then in the back it'll say, "Just do it."
Stop doing it.
My goodness, y'all.
Oh, you ladies are hilarious.
Yes.
See how we
Divas.
just be making up stories?
Yes. Now we're gonna start making shirts. All right, Divas, I just wanted to have a little fun with y'all on that. Viewers, chime in. Do you think the shirt was shady? Do you think the shirt was fun? Would you have your line up on your shirt? Would you wear it on your back proudly or your chest? All right, y'all. Thank you for joining us. And like, subscribe, comment on our videos, get in on the conversation, and we will see you next week. Bye.